Today I'm going to be talking about social media, and I decided to change devices for this video due to the fact that my computer makes my voice and the way I speak two different things, so I thought if I try my mobile it might be a bit better quality. So today I've got 3 questions that I need to answer, and the first one is, in your own words, explain what social media is and what are some of the characteristics are. So social media is a tool used by many people to reach their target audience in a timely manner and to also gain quick feedback or response from someone. Social media is used in many people's day-to-day lives, and most people have smartphones these days that they check emails on or use Facebook. Also, these days, work usually contacts you by the phone when they need you to cover a shift or if they need you to bring something in, as this is an easier way to communicate, and it's a lot faster because if work were to send you an email to cover a shift and you weren't checking your emails at that time, you're not going to know and they're going to be short-staffed and it's just not going to help the business at all. So usually they use their phone to contact you, or sometimes they use a Facebook page. Like my work at McDonald's, we have a shift swap page that people post their shifts on, and if you reply to it then ring up a manager and ask if you can do it. That's how we get quicker responses and shifts get filled that way. So social media is a web-based communication tool for maintaining contact with friends and family. You can share voice, video, photographs and others, and expanding personal networks. Examples, this includes Google+, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube and Snapchat. So all internet is really good for when it comes to social media, especially keeping in contact with people that aren't around here, like overseas and stuff like that. It makes it a lot easier, because if we had to communicate by letters, they take a long time to get there, especially if you need a quick response. Sending a message that's instant is a lot more effective and a lot quicker. So the second question is, describe at least 3 different communication styles and how they link to different types of social media. So a type of communication style that is used quite frequently on social media is the written communication. This form of communication is used in statuses people run on Facebook, in emails and instant messaging on blogs or wiki spaces. So it's basically anything that requires you to write what you wanted to communicate to your target audience you're intending to reach out to. Another type of communication that is frequently used is verbal communication. So verbal communication is used when people make videos for YouTube or they make a podcast. And also visual communication also is being able to read someone's body language and their gestures. So it makes it a lot easier for people to try and read what you're saying through how you're saying it and how your body language depicts what you're trying to say. When something's written, it can sometimes be lost and taken in the wrong context. And another type of communication that is used a lot is that's verbal. So that was verbal communication, sorry. So visual communication is seen a lot on the social media sites such as Instagram, YouTube and Snapchat, which uses the use of photographs with captions but more focuses on the visual side of things rather than written or verbal. So yeah, as I was saying, with the visual communication, it's a lot easier to tell what you're saying because then people can read the body language. But normally you use more than one type of communication. So when you're using visual, you're also normally using verbal because you're normally speaking, which is the verbal side, and then you'll also do actions when you speak, normally hand gestures or something, or crossing your arms, for example. That's a type of body language that shows you're really closed, so people can read that when they're listening to you speak. So the last question is, explain some of the issues associated with social media, especially in the context of early childhood education. So when children are in your care, it's your responsibility to make sure that when taking a photo or video, it's not posted anywhere unless you have the parent's signature before you post it. If you do not have this signature, it is seen as a breach of confidentiality and can be very dangerous for the child's well-being. The reason it's dangerous is because if that child is in protection, or they have an AVO, or the parents have an AVO on someone on the child's behalf, and you post something and then that person finds out where that child is, it puts the child in danger, and you as an educator have a duty of care to that child. And especially when a child signs up for childcare, there's normally a form they sign that gives them they trust that you won't post videos or photos unless you have the parents' consent, because it's a different, whenever you go to do that, you are meant to gain consent every time, because sometimes circumstance changes, so especially from the time in enrollment, anything can happen. So that's why you need to get a consent form for every time you need to post something. Okay, so that's my second video for social media, and I hope that this was a lot better than the first one, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.